This week in St. Louis history, well, 24 years apart, St. Louis got two very different public sculptures. On May 2nd of 1982, Richard Serra's sculpture Twain was officially dedicated, part of the plans to develop the Gateway Mall from the Civil Courts building to the Arch. Richard Serra died this past March at the age of 85, but this work of art and the passionate opinions of what it is and isn't will live on, as the Donnybookers proved while noting Serra's passing.
It was one of his, one of these pieces that was installed at a time that he was just starting to become famous. That's something that's significant and it's cool. I think we should appreciate it, and I think people who are going to say bad things about this piece of art, I just kind of wonder about their credentials. How much have they studied art history?
Well, you're looking at me when you say that, Sarah.
How could you tell, Bill?
and my resume in art history isn't very good, but I didn't like the Serra sculpture at all, and I think it should be removed.
This week in 2006, the pieces of Animals Always began arriving for installation at Hampton and Highway 40 at the southeast corner of the St. Louis Zoo. That's when we did our story about the artist Albert Paley and his very different approach to public art.
Although he does have pieces in museums, Paley's work is often commissioned to be both artistic and decorative. Early in his career, Paley started out making jewelry, and you could say that he is today making jewelry for buildings and cities and zoos. Which makes him different from an artist like Richard Serra. Serra's work, like it or not, is intended to interact with the viewer and the surroundings, but not necessarily make it prettier. Serra does not decorate things. He does not make what you want according to your ideas or needs. You simply buy what he creates.
Two artists, both creating large works out of metal, one minimalist, one, you might say, over the top. Both contributing to St. Louis's diverse collection of public art this week in history in 1982 and 2006. For Living St. Louis, I'm Jim Kircher.